What's up, y'all? It's Lucius coming back with another video blog, and as I promised you guys all that I will be doing 2 posts and a video of what the hell am I posting? No, about exposing Christianity. So we're gonna talk about some things, in the words of MGK. Let's talk about it. So we're going to talk about the information that I've posted the past couple of days. Just kind of briefly, it's pretty, self-explanatory. Part of the reason why I wanted to make these posts is for people to read and then also be able to research, because for me, I kind of find it that I tend to, if somebody makes a post and they put in some information that I can actually go and research, I tend to enjoy it. I think others tend to enjoy it too, or we're kind of, who knows, maybe we're kind of programmed to it due to the fact of school and having to do research or whatever. But anyway, I just felt that it'll be nice to put the information in words to where you can kind of refer back to it and look at it, and then do a video that kind of maybe speaks a little bit more, or just kind of go over the post and stuff. Oh my gosh, I got something in my eye. So anyway, so let's see where I want to try to think of where I want to go with this. By the way, I do these videos on the fly, so I don't kind of come in with already something already written down. I really just go intuitively on these videos. So let's cover who I will say is the biggest boy of them all, and that is Constantine. Constantine is the reason why we even know anything about Christianity whatsoever. It definitely was not created by any members of biblical texts at all. Don't matter if it's New Testament, they were not created by these group of people at all. As a matter of fact, the only thing that will come close to a book that was actually created by a real group, we will need to speak about the Essenes, because part of my research, to me, and what I have come across to verify that there is a Egyptian book, a book that was found in Egypt known as the Nag Hammadi. I know I'm probably butchering that name, but and this book was written by a group of Essenes, and so there was a man in this group known as Issa, and Issa is who the Bible really talks about in regards to Jesus and all that. So I'll get into that a little bit later. I don't want to have this video really focus on that, because best believe that is coming down the pipeline. I just want to lay the foundation of where the origin of something begins. One of the things that was brought to my attention being on this journey that I'm on is the importance of the energy behind whatever group or philosophy or any kind of religious belief. I think it's very wise for everyone to really check and see where does this energy originate from, because you may get yourself involved in something energetically that may not be for your best interest at heart. So that was something that was pointed out to me the early years of my path, and really making sure that the things I was studying was aligned with me energetically, because I was seeking a particular truth. And not only that though, but then I also, when I would do my mantras and meditations, I would always ask that I would be surrounded by energy that was going to be fit for my best interest and my well-being. so I wouldn't get diluted in a lot of the dogma that's out here in the world and stuff. So so that's pretty much how I kind of really began my spiritual path and the path that I'm on right now. But previous to that, I grew up in church, grew up in Christianity, was supposed to be a part of ministry and all that kind of stuff. And so I know a lot of things in regards to Bible and how things operate in the church. The church teachings, they only focus on certain subjects. They really don't focus on that whole book. They pick the ones that fits well with whatever agenda that they have, whether it be Communion Sunday, whether it be, you can literally go around America and literally hear the same sermon across the United States, across any church, because a lot of them just pass around the same information. So if you truly want to understand something, then you have to do your due diligence and read it yourself, and don't try to understand something based on someone else's supposed interpretation. Therefore, we can't, I don't know, like I feel that in order to build something progressive and something that is going to help this our human evolution, we have to build on a foundation, something that's solid. And the one thing that is solid that we can build upon is facts and going back. Now, keep in mind, I didn't write any of this stuff at all. So, I find sometimes people get a little bit upset when you talk about things that they may believe in, but I'm not the one who wrote it. I didn't write this, so I'm just sharing discovery that you're not going to know, or you're not going to learn in church, because those people are not going to tell you. Like the ministry is not going to tell you anything. So you just have to have faith and believe. That's the only thing you're going to hear. And that's the only thing I ever heard growing up in church. Just have faith and believe. Anytime I asked any intelligent question, my intelligent question got shut down. So kind of weird to me. And these were supposed to be adults, and I was a kid, teenager, So so the origin of Christianity began with Constantine. Constantine is the father of Christianity. So he is, the Christ, basically. And then, with Julius Caesar being around during that time frame, because they were all part of this brotherhood known as the Council of Nicea, they created a new one world religion that they were going to go around terrorizing the world to convert to. So this is truly was the new world order for the age of Pisces. And the papacy, which is the Vatican, has been in power well over 1,000 years, well over 2,000 years, so definitely this beast kind of system has been in place since the beginning of the age of Pisces, and now coming back around full circle at the end of the age. And a lot of prophecies in the Bible really reflects the ones who created all this stuff, which is funny. So, but that'll be for a later video to get more into that. So the first Bible that was created for English was known as the Companion Bible, which was printed out in 1611, and then after that, then the King James version of the Bible didn't come around now till 1616, and that was considered the authorized version. And then the King James, that's when, if I'm not mistaken, that's when. Let me see, because so the King James Bible was it came out in 1616, But in regards to the Americas, it didn't come over here to the Americas not till 1638. Now, I know I in the second post, I believe I spoke about how when the letter J was created, and that was not created not till the 1700s. So we're talking about a book that ended up being translated again after it was first printed and first came about, because nobody didn't know what the Bible was 2,000 years ago, because there was no such thing as that book. That book didn't come into existence not till 1611 in regards to the Bible as we know it, because even the Bible that the Vatican has is not, it's like in Latin. It's not even in English. It's not even in Old English or whatever. So the 1700s came, and that's when the letter I became a J, because I can't remember the guy's name right now. It's in my second post. He put a hook at the end of the letter I, and that's what became the J. So before the J, if you go back and you go look at an old Bible, you can probably find a PDF file on Google about the Companion Bible. You will see that Jesus' name is not Jesus, it's Jesus, and Jesus is in reference to Zeus. Now, check this out. Excuse me. What got me on this path was when I was studying the Bible, and I was breaking down the Bible in the tongue that it was written, and it was apparently the supposed Hebrew that doesn't exist. Come to find out, it was written more in a Phoenician tongue, which is why we have the word El. El is a Phoenician. That's not Hebrew. That's not even Sumerian. It's Phoenician. So, and then you have the Greek that basically wrote the New Testament and stuff. So I looked in a Bible concordance, okay, and apparently this is something that if you're researching like certain biblical words, you can find it in the Bible concordance, and it will tell you where certain names derive from. I kid you not, you can look up any Bible concordance. You will see that if you look up the word Jesus, it'll tell you that Jesus stems from the word Joshua, which would be the, I guess you could say, the Hebrew or whatever. According to the book, that will be the Hebrew name of this person. But then also too, you also see that Jesus also stems from the word Jesus, which is in reference to Zeus. So if anything, then that means that the historical Jesus would be actually Joshua. So the book of Joshua would be the story, because keep in mind, Joshua was also hung on a tree. And remember, Joshua was Moses' like apprentice, you know what I mean? Like if it was like on some Star Wars type stuff, like Moses was the Jedi Master and Joshua was like his apprentice or whatever, okay? Because when Moses passed on, because remember, Moses wasn't able to go to the promised land, Joshua took up the staff and took the people over to the promised land. But then also too, the people rejected Joshua, and then they beat him, and then they hung him on a tree, which is very interesting. So kind of get into that where the stories in the New Testament is like a mixture of all different types of stories that you can find all the way across the world. That's intermixed with a lot of things, which is why I spoke that it's a man-made created religion due to the fact of it's stories of multiple sources that end up becoming this one source back when the information was being created and stuff. But then at the same time, there's another man by the name of Marcion, and Marcion in 70 AD, he was the one that wrote the Gospels. So that's like a whole nother story, and I'll put up information on Marcion later on down the road once I get to that point. So I just want to make this video just to kind of expand a little bit on the post, and I'm doing this to build a foundation that's going to lead us. So basically what I'm doing is I'm taking you on a historical journey that is aligning up perfectly with biblical prophecies, and also that is bringing us into our modern day time frame, because this all has to do with modern day. Anyway, that's going to be the end of this video. Stay tuned for some more posts on the continuation on part 3, and it'll go into some more things, and then I'll eventually lead up to the establishment. Oh my God, I got so much information I want to share with you, with everyone, and like I said, I think doing this mixed combination of post and video kind of help mold this information, and even help it to be retainable information, and it's information I feel that you all understand, because I mean, who doesn't really know the Bible? Even if people didn't grow up Christian, we all know the Bible, because if we go to court, we all got to swear on the Bible. It's like all kind of stuff. Our laws are all biblical, philosophy and stuff. So anyway, I'll get more into some other things in the next video.